Hey guys, and welcome back to Tommy StarCraft. This is your host Tommy with another StarCraft Remastered replay for you guys. Once again, we have a great engagement in between two pro players from the South Korean scene. Let me just start by introducing the players to you guys, as we have spawning here at the 3 o'clock position. I believe it is here in the light blue. It is BISU as the Protoss, of course, and his opponent here at the 11 o'clock position in the orange. It is really from the clan C here, as both of them are spawning here on Medusa. So once again, we have a Protoss versus Terran here on this channel. In between, one of my favorite players here, of course, BISU, learning here a lot from him. Also trying here to play Protoss and training here a little bit. Maybe I'll be also starting streaming really soon on YouTube. So let's just see the open up here by BISU, as he's placing here a pylon pretty next here to his proximity, pretty next here to his nexus. So no fast expansion attempts here for him. Let's just check C. He's also moving out here with his SCV. SC is looking very likely here to block here the entrance into Sling enough. Here is the expansion point. So C wishing to playing it, of course, a little bit defensively, because BISU is of course also known for his micro with those Dragoons, so he could launch an early strike here, an early attack here against C. There is the gateway. No gas yet here for BISU, as both players are still making here more SCVs and making more probes. There is this barracks here from really, so pretty standard open up once again here by both players. We are closing in at a 2-minute mark, so both players should really soon launch their scouting workers here. There's that gas. Let's check really also with this gas, so the timing is a little bit faster here for BISU. And let's see if BISU is going for some zealots here, or is he going to go straight into some Dragoons. This should be his cybernetic score. Indeed, cybernetic score. So BISU looks like he's waiting here. He's not going to pump out the first zealots. Let's check C. His barracks is about to finish, and a couple of marines should of course be placed here. But like you guys know, just like in recent replays here on this channel, most Terrans really like to go into vultures, tanks and Goliaths against the Protoss. So yeah, the first scouting probe is out. Sadly for BISU in the wrong direction, and luckily here for really he's going straight towards the base here from BISU, as BISU is going for a 2 gateway build order here. This will be scouted really soon here by really, and this should be really's first factory here. So yeah, factory it is into a supply depot. In comes the SCV, going to see the double gateway here, so he knows that perhaps an early aggression would be launched really soon here by BISU. There is that range upgrade here for those Dragoons by BISU. And yeah, you guys know that Dragoons early on are really good against, especially against Marines. And yeah, let's just see when exactly BISU's probe. Looks like BISU's probe has halted here. Perhaps it's going to place something here. Interesting enough, it could be a robotics facility bay to launch some attacks here. Could also be another gateway here. Let's just see what the plans from BISU are going to be, or is he going to place something? Currently it's just a pylon here. But yeah, like I told you, this map really good to launch some attacks here. This is exactly why he's placing here a supply depot, just to have vision on the high ground. Some Dragoons could of course shoot here towards those SCVs. And yeah, it looks like really not going for that fast expansion. The same can be said here for BISU as well, as no fast expansion here for both players. Pretty ordinary stuff. 2 Dragoons already out here for BISU, heading towards that main here from really, and there we have, it should be a robotics facility. So this is the plan of course for BISU. He's going to create some shuttles here. He might even take those Dragoons and place them into some shuttles. He could even decide to expand into this position. It would be risky, but yeah, let's just see what his plans are for now, as the first Dragoons are going to come in here, and the range will be finished really soon. But there's also a tank here, and siege ability will also be finished here really soon. However, really needs to be careful with this one tank, already taking good damage, nicely microing in here, needs to be repaired. And the siege tank can of course up siege here and deal damage towards the Dragoons. 3 SCVs are of course needed to repair this. Nice job here by really defending really good here against BISU's early aggression here. Tank took some damage here, almost losing here this tank, but 1 Dragoon has also fallen, so BISU has to stop here his aggression. However, remember, he has this robotics facility bay, the first shuttle is almost halfway through here, so BISU might launch more and more attacks. And interesting that the same color here from BISU is the color here of this Protoss Templar, so this might be, it looks like an expansion. So really interesting stuff here by BISU. As let's just see what exactly this shuttle gameplay is here for him. Let's just check his main. Still the same buildings here. We have a robotic support base, so the first Reaver could be actually produced here really soon from BISU, as BISU is heading now out with his shuttle. There is 4 Dragoons, even 5 Dragoons here, and they could of course launch an attack here with his shuttle, as the walling is really nice here by the Terran. But remember, BISU has that shuttle and he might just walk here over with his Dragoons. Nice stuff here by BISU, showing us the strengths, the early strategy here, early gameplay strategy here by him. Dropping here 4 Dragoons. On these Dragoons could launch an attack of course towards this base. More and more Dragoons are going to come in here for BISU. Now really should know that something is up. He might use this barracks as a scouting device. He's actually sending out here his SCV, and he is also having, I did see an engineering bay here floating around. There it is. So yeah, the engineering bay will spot of course now the move out here for BISU. BISU being held here. It gives time of course for those siege tanks to unsiege here and move forward to defend here. So nice job here by really with that engineering bay. He even has a supply depot here and some SCVs. Let's check the working counts. 34 SCVs already here for really his supply block, but he really has so many more workers here than BISU. So BISU with an all-in strategy here is going to snipe here some workers. Let's just have a look. 35 workers now, 34, one has been sniped. There is this shuttle, so not that many kills here for BISU, as the siege tanks are nicely defending here. There's this one Reaver. This could be really important here for BISU, sniping here this one tank and even causing so much economic damage, as the SCVs have to fight now here, as the Reaver once again is coming in, going to snipe that second tank, but also taking damage here. So we need to be very careful here with this one Reaver. So many workers have fallen here for really currently 5 workers, also 2 tanks. So really nice job here by BISU with his shuttle gameplay, with his Dragoon gameplay. He really wishes to end this game as soon as possible. At the same time, we do have a smaller army move out here by BISU, but the SCVs have been pulled here and the siege tank should be able to hold here this position. Let's just check once again this position. So really does a nice hold here, has that expansion up and running, has more workers here than BISU. BISU once again tries to snipe some SCVs here, but the tank is nicely being placed here by really. So great job here with that early engineering bay, giving him vision. Now he's trying of course to cause some panic here in this SCV line, but in the end the siege tanks are nicely holding here this position. So I would say that it was a strong push here by BISU, but really defending really nice here, as once again BISU is moving forward, drops the first Dragoon to soak up the first damage shot, and then he launches attacks with that Reaver still floating around here into the base from really, as really is on 2 factories here. Yeah, BISU is all over the place, but in the end somehow, sadly for him, his attacks not really dealing so much economic damage. There his expansion finally is about to go up, as really already here at 40 workers here against BISU. Interesting stuff here by him. BISU also expanding here into this location, and currently just being held off here by really. So good job here by really holding this early aggression, holding this tank, and now he's even able to push out against those Dragoons. Nice job. He needs to be careful. There's another Reaver here for BISU, 2 Reavers actually, but like I told you, the tank position is really nice here for really nice micro here by BISU. But sadly for him, he did lose 1 Reaver here, so he might go for another expansion drop here, but in the end really has all of those tanks really nicely spread here, and great defense here by him. So as soon as the Reaver will drop, and look at that, sadly here for BISU, he's also taking here damage from this 1 turret, so he might lose this shuttle here. So great loss here for BISU, losing 2 Reavers, 1 shuttle. So in the end I would say that actually really has done a nice job here defending against BISU, as things have finally settled down, BISU is going to drone up now really strong here against his opponent. He's also moving out with some dragoons, but what exactly can they do against so many tanks here? The tanks are being repaired by the CVs. Really has also taken here this expansion point, has his turrets up in case there are some DTs coming here towards his main, and even adds now 2 more factories. BISU with his observer in here moves forward here with around 7, I believe it is 7 dragoons. But yeah, like I told you, tanks are the perfect counter towards those dragoons, and the walling is also really nice. Not that many vultures here, interesting enough, for really. So he's just going a very heavy tank strategy here against BISU. BISU also 0-0 upgrades. Let's just check the tanks really quick. Also 0-0 upgrades. We have passed now the 10-minute mark here. So yeah, the early aggression, it was really nicely executed here by BISU, but in the end really having the great answer here for this, as now really just staying back, just allowing here his economy to kick in. And yeah, another shuttle is being produced, even another river here. I don't think that it will make something done here for BISU. BISU is catching, however, up on that worker count. He is at 46 versus 52 here against Really, and he also adds now some zealots. Of course, zealots are much needed with that speed against those tanks, so that they will soak up the first shots in here. But like I told you, there are no vultures here for Really, just going straight into tanks now, and another expansion is now being prepared here for Really, as he might drop it here into this location. BISU is staying here just to see exactly what is going to happen here with Really. Is he going to move out, or is he going to stay defensive? As his observer, of course, gives him nice information here. And yeah, the first dragoons also are getting shot down here by Really, so even the vultures are now making their way through, and these vultures might even snipe a worker or two. So yeah, BISU on the defense this time. Some zealots do catch out those vultures. Luckily here for BISU, he has some dragoons, so he should be able to hold this. At the same time, there is an attack here by BISU, but Really looks like he's having so much more here than BISU, and there is his expansion also about to be finished here. And we also see one vulture making it here through, but not really dealing so much economic damage here against BISU. However, the worker count should be worrying here for BISU, as he is behind with almost more than 10 workers, 14 workers here, more for Really. So no matter what BISU is throwing here towards Really, he seems to be having that perfect answer for everything. Even has some Goliaths here just to snipe an observer, and there it is. You might see it with that scan, a lot of scan here. So really nice job here by Really, as he's also moving out here with those vultures, placing some mines. Great gameplay here. And like I told you, he's not having that many vultures, not that many Goliaths, just really heavy here on tanks. 0-0 upgrades. BISU, I believe, also 0-0. Yes, indeed. Once again, BISU might try a move out here. Speed has been done for his zealots, as he's moving now once again straight towards the first expansion here from Really. His observer is in the front. There's that expansion floating here for Really. BISU once again is moving out, but the Terran army looks really scary. So here we go. Vultures now heavily in the front. There's one river here. Siege tanks are sieging up in the back. There's so many zealots in here, but not that many dragoons in here for BISU. The zealots have done a nice brave job, but in the end those tanks are just targeting those dragoons down one by another. So really nice hold here once again by Really. BISU is being a little bit impatient and just moving here forward. I think that BISU now, of course, had to GG out, but I think that BISU was just a little bit way too frustrated here, given the fact that his early aggression didn't really do that much economic damage. Not that many workers have been sniped here, so sadly for him, this gave him, of course, a early disadvantage against Really, and Really just holding this position good here with his tanks into his middle line, into this position, and so on. So nice cheesy gameplay here by BISU with that shuttle, but Really having a perfect answer. And remember, he also had this one engineering way into this position that gave him so much time here, as BISU stopped. Curiously enough, he did stop here to attack this engineering bay instead of moving forward towards the base here from Really. So yeah, nice game here by those both those both pro players. Let's just check the stats once again really quick in case you guys are interested. Nice APM here by both players. And yeah, once again I'm going to be clicking left and right here for you guys. So yeah, pretty nice gameplay. Also a lesson in case you are a Terran facing some Protoss cheese gameplay. It looks like tanks early on, nicely spread tanks will fend off any attacks. So yeah, once again I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. This is your host Tommy signing out.